Thank you very much, Mr. Rojas Vilches. I would now like to give Mr. Meneguette, the employer's delegate from Brazil, the floor. And after him, I would like Mr. Llorente Cachorro to get ready for the floor. Mr. Meneguette, the floor is yours.
Senhor Presidente,
Chair, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Employers Delegation of Brazil, let me kindly address our greetings to all present. The past few decades of the 20th century and the beginning of the 21st century have seen radical changes in economies and societies. Globalization and evolving technologies have shifted production systems and consumer behavior throughout the world at speeds previously unseen in the history of mankind. The benefits from these changes are undeniable. The primary one is the sharp drop in poverty throughout most emerging states. However, it is clearly recognizable that there are breakdowns in the productive environment as well as in the world of labor, which have introduced new challenges to societies, whatever be the stage of their development. There are disparities and imbalances that carry with them profound social repercussions, and they are prevalent everywhere, from the wealthiest to the most stable countries to those which have only just started on the path to development and the social welfare state. No area of human activity has gone through a stronger period of shifts than the world of work. The quality and quantity of labor are changing. So are the locations, and the way work is carried out are changing. If the global scale of competition increases employment and income in emerging countries, this will ignite pressure on both employment and wages in developed countries. Labor has been changing and moving to new spaces: culture, entertainment, sports, tourism, services. And they have been housed in new and more diversified environments, as has been highlighted by the Director General, i.e. saying the greening of work needs to be a key component of the future of labor. Indeed, we face a major challenge ahead as to integrate sustainable practices in our agendas, including those relating to the environment. However, we must not forget that these practices must be harmonized with the sustainability of companies, and they must be based on the basic guidelines that will permit a fair transition. All this represents a great challenge for the legal protection of employees and employers. If the normative system of protection is quite strict and detailed, then it will have the necessary adaptability in order to adapt to these new realities, hence reducing the incentive of companies to employ, as well as reducing informal work. It is clear that more open and flexible protection systems have greater success, and they grant greater movement and greater drive to the markets, lower unemployment rates, and they foster realistic opportunities to boost wages and improve working conditions. Our country has a tradition of regulation that is more paternalistic and statutory in terms of the relations for labor relations that leave little room for negotiation. The result is that we are living with a high unemployment rate. There are many workers that are on the boundaries of formality and effective protection, as there are also too many disputes, and there are approximately 4 million labor lawsuits every single year. These are not features of sustainable labor relations. Currently, we are engaged in an attempt to foster negotiations in labor relations in line with ILO conventions. without sacrificing any of the substantive rights that are protected by the Brazilian Constitution. Our hope is to reduce informality, stimulate employment, and drastically reduce disputes. Thank you very much.
Muchas gracias, señor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Meneguette.